So let's take a look at the innate immune system. So the innate immune system is one of the branches or a type of the immune system. We have the adaptive or acquired immune system and the innate immune system. For the purpose of this video, we are going to be focusing on the innate immune system. So what is the innate immune system? This is the kind of immune system that is gotten from birth. Okay, so it is gotten from birth. And what are the important things to note about this immune system? Firstly, it is a non-specific immune system. Non-specific immune system. Now, non-specific simply means that it doesn't have a special way of attacking antigens. It doesn't have a special way of attacking pathogens. So it attacks all the pathogens the same way. Now, I'll use this example. An innate immune system is like the first line of defense. It is actually the first line of defense. So let's put that down. First line of defense is the first line of defense. So the innate immune system acts like the doors and the windows. So the doors and the windows basically is to let some things in and some things out. So whenever the door is shut, whether you are a good person or you are a bad person, you cannot enter. You get? So it doesn't have the ability to differentiate between this and this. It doesn't have the ability to fight against these pathogens in certain type of ways. However, for the acquired immune system, it is like a security guard. It has a higher intelligence system. The way it will attack an armed robber coming with a cutlass is different from the way it will attack an armed robber coming with a gun. So they have different mechanism to attack different pathogens depending on what they look like. So the way they attack a bacteria is different from how they attack a virus. So that is one of the differences between the innate system and the acquired immune system. Now let's come back to our innate system. Non-specific, first line of defense. Another thing to note here is that it has no memory. No memory. That means that this particular immune system does not remember the infection it has fought before. Okay, so it doesn't remember the past infections. So it starts everything afresh. So there is no memory in this particular immune system. Now, I would love to divide the innate immune system into two major parts. We have the external category and the internal category. So the external is actually made up of the lines of defense. We have the skin and the mucous membrane. The skin and the mucous membrane. Okay. Now, the other division is what we call the internal. Now, this is where we have the main deal. So the internal is made up of the cells. We can say the cells, chemicals, and physiological factors. Physiological factors. So under the cell, there are different types of cell in the innate system. We have the phagocytes. The phagocytes and the natural killers, the one we call NK cell. So they are called natural killers. Now, let's look at the phagocytes. The phagocytes are divided into two. We have the neutrophils, and we have the macrophages. The macrophages. Now, I will tell you why I did this division. Now, this division is done based on the functions they play. They both phagocytes, right? They are both uh, uh, um, phagocytic cells, so they both phagocyte. However, how do they do that? For the neutrophil, this basically phagocytes bacteria. Okay, so for the neutrophil, they majorly destroy bacteria. So how do they do it? They just go engulf the bacteria and destroy it inside the body. So they extend the pseudopodia, engulf the bacteria, and destroy the bacteria inside the body. However, for macrophages, what they do is that they engulf the bacteria, the virus, or anything, right? When they engulf it, extend the pseudopodia, engulf it, they destroy the pathogen. Now, when they destroy the pathogen, they are able to detach a fragment of that pathogen and present it to the surface of the cell, the macrophage cell. So they take some part, right, a segment, and present it to the macrophage cell. That's what we call the antigen presenting cell, the APCs, antigen presenting cell. They take a segment and present it. Now, what does that do? The moment they present it, that antigen, right, will call other antibodies, the macrophages, to come and to understand that, oh, something is happening here. So they go to look for other places where they can find that foreign body, be it a bacteria or a virus. So that's the difference between the neutrophil and the macrophages. Now, let's go to the chemicals. Now, okay, before we go to the chemicals, let's talk about the NK cells. The natural killer cells, they operate in certain ways. Okay, firstly, they can operate by perforations. They can perforate the pathogens. They can perforate. So imagine this is a pathogen. So they create perforations in the pathogens. Now, these perforations allows fluid in. The moment fluid gets in, the cell is lysed. So the cell breaks out. It breaks. Okay, that's one way it can attack foreign bodies. Another way the NK cells can attack foreign body is that they can actually trigger what we call programmed cell death. It's called apoptosis. Apoptosis. Let me write it here. Apoptosis. What does it mean? It is programmed cell death. So the NK cells can trigger apoptosis. They can also trigger perforation. So that's how they get rid of pathogens. Now let's go to the chemicals. For the chemicals, we have what we call, sorry, the space is small. We have what we call the complement protein. Complement protein. Now, what does a complement protein do? Like the name implies, it complements, it helps the macrophages to lyse a cell. Without the complement, actually, the macrophages will find it difficult to lyse the cell. So what happens is that when the macrophages attach, binds to the antigen, when the antibodies bind to the antigen, the complement protein binds as well and secretes some enzymes that help the macrophage to lyse that particular pathogen. Okay, so that's that. Now, the complement protein is majorly functional in the innate immune system. It's majorly functional in the innate immune system. However, we also have another type of chemical, which we call the cytokines. Now, what does the cytokines do? They function in both the innate and the adaptive immune system. Okay, they function in both the innate and the adaptive immune system. They also help in getting rid of foreign bodies or pathogens. Now, physiological factors involve things like inflammation, and so on. So this is a quick overview of the innate immune system. In my next video, I'll be talking about the adaptive or acquired immune system.